oh my gosh, I feel like I'm supposed to take care of my grandpa in my own house. That's at least what I felt. I felt a really strong and specific, and I don't really feel this a lot, maybe a handful of times in my whole life, where it's like God would be very pleased if I took my grandpa in. And I had a choice. Like, he's like, I felt like he was like, I would love it if you do it, but I'm giving you the choice. And I was like, I love that. It makes me want to do it even more, even though I didn't really had think about it. I hadn't thought about it before. It's like, I want to make you happy, God, because I love you and you're awesome. And you're giving me a choice to like bless you, bless my grandpa. Let's do it. Like I totally am willing to do this. And that is a great sustaining prophetic feeling or direction from God and the Holy Spirit of just like how biblical characters can get a prophetic word, or maybe you have 5 people who ever watch this. This is mostly for me and maybe a couple family members that would really care, or anyone who would really care. But it's like to remember that after rough nights like last night of just like, no, God gave me a very specific feeling and a very specific choice, and I made the choice. And it helps me like push on because, oh boy, has this been inconvenient and hard. But it's been, a lot of good times and not always terribly hard. But I think I needed that like extra prophetic word in the beginning from the Holy Spirit. So cool. So I wanted to put that down in my little video journal. And the other one is like days later, just in my Jesus time, I had another really specific thing of like, it's like going in Israel, going into the desert. But it's the second generation. So the first generation, obviously, if you know, but if you don't know, first generation died because they're like not doing things with God. But the second generation was like, God's like, I'm bringing you into the promised land. And that's the kind of desert I'm talking about. It's a very hopeful one where it's like God was maybe just pre-warning me of just like, hey, this is not going to be easy, but stick with me. Don't be like the first generation Israelites in your own life. Just stick with me. And it's like, that was amazing. And then the promise of the promised land, like amazing, cool promise. And it's like, God, what would that be for me? Because I just feel like after whenever I am done taking care of my grandpa, I don't know when that would be. 5 months, 5 years, I don't know. And I didn't really think that through, and that's fine. However long is cool with me. We still get good moments. It's just we get really tough nights of waking up. So I was like, that is really hopeful. But what would you give me? Like I get to spend time with you every day, which usually is amazing and like the best part of my life, and a pick me up and an antidepressant and so many things. So it's like, okay, the promised land could maybe be like the best thing would just be more of your presence and like just sharing that with other people and enjoying it myself and with my family. And it's like, I think God will do that more, or, but also it's just like, the real obvious ones, if you know me at 31 years old, is April 15th, 2025, is I don't have a lady in my life. And I haven't always been open to that just because, super past hurts, and maybe just how I grew up. I'm not sure. But, I know I'm for sure that's not all of it, but that is some of it. So most of the times I'm not super looking for a gal. I'm just like, hey, if I get a wife, great. Or otherwise, it's all or nothing. There's no girls, or there's no girl, or there is. There's no casual dating, hookup, any of that stuff. If you're wondering and you don't know me well enough on what is he doing. So I'm just curious of that. And I want to get these 2 prophetic words down for myself one day to look back at this and see 5, 10 years from now, or just like 1 year from now, it's like God brought me into like, if I heard right, which it was either me or God, because it was very hopeful and very directing. It was probably not the devil in my head or in my prayer time. So it was probably just me, or it was God, which I have faith it is him, that it's like, it's going to be a bit of a desert time, but after, or I'm leading you into a promised land, which I would imagine would be a wife and the kids. So we'll see, but I'm getting it down now long-windedly, but this is mostly for me and the handful of people who really care. So bless you. That's it.